already in the chat. So if you guys are looking for that free question bonus read, I already have my 5 fairies in the chat. So, but possibility if not everybody is available in the chat, I will have to skip you. So that's the rule. In order to get that one question free card pull or that one card free pull, you have to be active in the chat and be one of the first 5 to leave a fairy emoji. If I call your name and you don't leave a question, I will have to skip you and choose another fairy. So I need all 5 fairies. Hey Tori, hey sis. So my fairies, I have Kyla, Love is, Deandra, Brianna, and Brianna with a Y and Brianna with an I. So those are my 5 fairies I have. If you guys are on, go ahead and leave your one question or topic, and I'll pull one card for you free. Otherwise, if not, I will have to skip you. Hi, Kyla. How is everybody doing? How is everybody feeling tonight? All right. So happy Venus Day. Happy Friday. How was everybody's week been so far? Some of y'all, this ain't your Friday, but it is literally my Friday. I'm surprised that you up, sis. Anything that you need to know? Okay, let's start with Kyla. Anything that Kyla needs to know, and then we'll get into the collective read. I'm excited to do this because y'all gonna see. We're gonna do a spin the wheel collective read. So we're just gonna see what topic it falls on. We're gonna see. Aw, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Hey, Deandra. Happy Friday, sis. I'm glad you did. Brianna with a Y. Thank you. All right. Kyla, what do you need to know right now? What do you need to know right now? I wanted to do something fun with y'all because I be trying to, find things and stuff for us to do. So hey, let's do it. 2 of Swords. Okay. You have the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck and the 5 of Cups. This can be in regards to moving forward from something in the past. You might be still stuck kind of in a mindset about it, or like with that crescent moon. Like when I see the 2 of Swords, sometimes I think of kind of like with that crescent moon, that this is an energy. It feels like a person that's not really trusting in their whole intuition. It's like maybe because you don't have enough information, or you feel like you don't have enough information or clarity, or you feel or you think that, okay, only this is what I'm seeing. So I'm not really sure if what I'm feeling or thinking or deciding or think I should do or make a choice in a particular choice, that it's the right one because I don't have all the information. I feel like the message is, yes, it's clear to trust your intuition. Trust really what you feel. If it's something that takes away your joy, because I feel like you gaslight yourself sometimes in a way of, maybe I'm being too hopeful, that wishful thinking thing. Like maybe I'm being too hopeful, maybe I'm being too optimistic, or I'm not being mature, I'm being immature, I'm being silly. But nah, oftentimes I feel like you feel and you know what's up. So this is just navigating your intuition and trusting it, trusting in what you see. And maybe you could even be someone that's clairsentient, maybe a dreamer. Like you're a creative person, so maybe you're good at daydreaming, or you tend to get carried away with fantasies. But if you ground it, you're actually powerful in that sense of being able to see things maybe in the future, or you're able to visualize things, or you have dreams or something like that that could be giving you psychic information. Like you're strong in that gifting, but it's like trusting it. Okay. I know. We're gonna have fun tonight. I'm telling you, let's get it. All right, so Deandra. Oh, sorry, Brianna with the Y. Your question was, you want to know why you feel so sensitive when it comes to the person you asked about recently. And then Deandra, you would like to know if your upcoming trip will be a successful one. I'm missing 2 people. Love is and Brianna with an I. If I don't get y'all, I'm gonna have to call on two other fairies, but y'all gotta follow the rules. Y'all gotta leave your fairy emojis and be active on the chat when I call your name. All right, so Brianna, why have you been feeling sensitive when it comes to the person that you asked about recently? Why are you feeling sensitive? What's that song by Carl Thomas? Is it Emotional? I think it's Emotional. Then he has a remix with Faith Evans. I like the remix better. Okay, let's see. And stop. The Empress. Got the lovely Emperor. There's nothing wrong with the emotions. And then you got the Chariot at the bottom. It's all this nurturing mama energy, Nine of Swords. You're in your head about it. Nah. The Empress, I feel like this could be connected to the heart chakra, even though I know Taurus energy technically is throat chakra. I'm not sure what Libra's energy rules, but Venus, the planet of love, there's a couple of hearts in this picture. I'm getting something with the heart. Like your heart is healing. I feel it's something, it's not really totally about the person. I will give credit to them for activating or maybe triggering in a good way, triggering something within you. And it's a healing energy around the heart chakra. It may be also too like a feeling of acceptance. Like you, it's like a self-love energy too at the same time, like an ability to feel maybe this a connection to someone or feeling whatever it is that you're processing and what you're feeling. It's a good thing because I feel like it's kind of teaching you to say, instead of being like, what's wrong with me? Or kind of like getting in your head about it, but accepting it and embracing it and saying, I embrace my feelings and my emotions. It's like when a person like taps our heart or kind of triggers something within the heart chakra, it's beautiful. Like thank that energy or that person or that experience. But it's really for you too at the same time. It's a sign of healing. And in this instance, it's something with the self-love, is some sort of acceptance energy. If you notice, like when we get in our head about things like, oh, why do I even care? Or why am I letting it get to me? The more we push something away, whether it's a feeling we don't necessarily want to feel, or it's a good feeling, but we're scared, like, when you start liking somebody, or when you feel like you're in love, you want to stuff it, or you're trying to make sense of it. And it's like, you're almost criticizing yourself a little bit. Instead of doing that, it's like I embrace all the feelings that I feel, because the more I try to push it away, the more strong the emotions or intense they are, or something triggering that. You know what I'm saying? So this is a self-love energy acceptance, if that makes sense. So that's in short really what I'm getting. Um, is there two more fairies on the chat? 'Cause I got room for you. I don't know where my sis Bree went. Love is. If y'all ain't on here, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to skip you. You're welcome, sis. My pleasure. Deandra, your question is, you would like to know if your upcoming trip will be a successful one. Let's see what the energy is around it. Oh, okay. 8 of Wands. Six of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. And top of the deck is 5 of Cups. I would say the energy is still processing and moving. And I would say that you are in control of the energy that you like. It's almost like where you pay your attention to, that's what you're gonna get. Okay. If there's multiple people involved with this trip, meaning like you're going on a trip with multiple people, or you expect to be around other people, there is some sort of significant exchange. And I will tell you that it's all about the way that you walk in this energy. Like, I'm gonna use this as an example because it may not be this exact. But let's say you're going on a trip with coworkers, right? And these are people that you don't really know too well outside of work. Y'all might chit chat and maybe talk about personal things, but not too much. You don't really know them like that. And you guys all go on a trip. And it's like, don't have specific expectations of how it's going to go based off of the people, but be kind of solid in your energy and how you move and how you exchange your energy with others. I learned this lesson a long time ago with a coworker that I was cool with. We went on a trip and I seen another side of her that I didn't even know was there, and I was very disappointed in her. That trip could have been 10 times worse if I didn't just say, you know what? F her, she gonna do her thing, she gonna be chasing dudes or whatever. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna be safe in my environment, go, because I think we were at a hotel resort in Vegas, and they had a casino, of course, they had a movie theater, they had a spa, a pool, of course, a jacuzzi, and they also had a bowling alley, and they had restaurants, like they had a Japanese restaurant, they had like a Creole spot kind of, and some American food or whatever. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna get cute. I'm gonna go downstairs and go check out some spots by myself while she out chasing dudes. I'm like, it's really, and it may not be that specific, like, but it is something about not shaping your experience around the environment or the people. Like, don't let it affect you negatively, because if you do, it's like, want, 5 cups. But the energy is like, it's a lot of potential to be different things, but it's what you make it. So I don't feel like the 8 of Wands is necessarily always a good or bad thing. It's energy and motion, right? It's all about the energy we put out. Some people's energy might conflict with yours or your energy, but how you move in it, how you maintain it, that's what I'm getting from this. So I wouldn't say that it's going to be good or bad. It's based off of how you how you move within the experience, right? And I wouldn't have specific tight expectations. Like, be open, allow the energy to flow with 8 of Wands. Like, just be in flow. And the 8 of Wands, if I'm not mistaken, it is Jupiter energy, Sagittarius energy. Their love is. So yeah, it's all about expansion, and it's also a travel energy as well. Yes, you're welcome, Kyla. But yeah, that was your reading, Deandra. I hope that was helpful, or that makes sense, or just gives you a little bit of preparation. You know, it could be a good experience or it could be negative. It's really about how you move in it. Yeah, you're welcome, Kyla. Love is. Hey, sis, you like to know what is happening within your finances within the immediate future. All right, let's tap E on the shrew. What spirit wants you to know. You're welcome, sis. And have a good trip, by the way. Be safe, enjoy it, make the best of it, learn, explore, safely explore. All right, let's see. What is happening within Love is his finances within the immediate future? What is it they need to know? I don't know if Love is a woman or a man. I don't know, but we're gonna say they, and you can correct me. Feel free to correct me. Love is 2 of Cups, 7 of Wands, female. Okay, 6 of Cups. Wow. Okay. Hmm. There is some pushback, maybe. Whatever your finances, it could be tied into relationships or tied in, let's say, like you have roommates, you live with other people. There could be a block around relation. So this feels like a comfortable energy, something that you're used to. So it could be like, let's say, for instance, you live with someone or family or friends, or your finances help them and vice versa, roommate situations or a lover. Could even be like a job situation where you feel connected or tied to it. There is some sort of hindrance or block when it comes to this. There's something about the exchange. I always tell people this, and I know it sounds weird, but your money, like, money is vibration, right? Even though it's a physical object or it's like a digital object in some instances, it really is an energetic, it's a vibrational energy too. So let's say, for instance, your finances are tied to someone or a job, a company, or you're giving your money to people maybe that have a lack mentality, or people that don't pay the energy forward in gratitude. If they're not able to pay you back, it's like ungrateful people, or a job that you don't really resonate with or you don't agree with it any longer. It's like there's some sort of energy block connected to, it's almost like a union, energetic and vibrationally, maybe through the finances, or how you gain your resources. There's something with that. I hope I'm on the mark with this. Okay, like, we're right. I feel like, I don't know, like it's right on point with that, or it's like something along the lines of that. Yeah, this I feel like this energy is, if it's not like right on that, yeah, it's something tied to connections or what your relation, your connectivity is to a thing or a situation or a job. Yeah, okay, so you said it's accurate. Yeah, so we on the money, okay? We on the money, okay? Right on point. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. It's tied into that, like a energy exchange or relation to, or if it's not people, it's a place, it's an environment, it's you know what I'm saying? And I heard someone say this and it kind of triggered me a little bit because like, people, when I have the means to give back, if I see somebody on the street that needs some money, like a homeless person or something like that, if I don't have the money to like give them like in cash, I'll go buy them something, like buy them some food, buy them something to drink, some water, some a meal. I heard somebody say this and it stuck with me forever. Yeah, it's not being paid forward, right? If it's not a physical currency, energetically, if it's not that equal exchange, you know what I'm saying, like it's doing something to your finances. And I learned this too, but this person, I'll never forget what they said that sometimes like you have to be discerning even with giving to homeless people, because there's been instances, and I can say this, and I'm not ashamed to say this, sometimes like some homeless people are not grateful when you do things for them. I've had some that just kind of are mean, or if you ask them like, well, hey, I don't have no cash on me, because I don't carry cash like that anymore. And I feel like it's safe to do that. So I don't feel like that's a good thing all the time. But, there's instances where I don't have cash. And I'm like, I can go in here and go run and get you something, like, what you prefer to eat. Some of them will be grateful. Some will be like, oh, wow, thank you. And some will be like, nah, that's okay. Or just like take it and don't say nothing. I'm just, in my head, I'm just, but you got to be discerning with who you give. It's same thing like when you are giving to something, whether it's you're slaving at a company, you're not receiving back, you're going to receive some sort of stagnancy. Like that is a real thing for real. Because finances is not just physical things, it's energetic too. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you in short. I need one more fairy. I don't know where my other sis Brianna went. Brianna with an I. I don't know where she went. But one more fairy. I don't know, Tori. You left some. I don't know if you just participate in saying hey, or you like really in the house. You want to question? Yeah, you're going to be discerning. Love is like who you give your energy, how much. Okay, sis. Oh, you and Brandon are at the net. I'm sorry, Brandon. Hey, Tori, she left hers like way ahead of time. She left 3, I think. Let me see. She left 4 fairies. She like, hey, I'm in the house. Okay. Sis, what is your question or topic? Yeah, Brandon, you had one last week, but I see Brianna and DeAndre, they on it. They be on point like every week. If I'm not mistaken, Brianna and DeAndre probably have been consistently like, nah, I'm in the chat. Like I'm in here. Yeah. Yeah. I know some of y'all probably like, damn it, Ray. When I say damn it, Ray, hey Ashley. When I say damn it, Ray, it's like an inside joke. Like I think I shared this before, but I don't know if you guys remember that show Robot Chicken. I don't even think it comes on anymore. It used to come on Adult Swim like a long time ago, but it was this old ass episode, and it was making fun of the movie Baby's Day Out. I think it's called Baby's Big Day Out or something. It's like a baby in New York City that got loose and was like just running around New York City. But they made a skit out of it with Ray Charles. And that shit was so funny. So he was like, because he's blind, he's walking around the streets or whatever, and he's just causing destruction. And there's this, I think it's a escort or prostitute or whatever, right? She out on the street, and he bumps into something and drops this big construction piece on her back, and she was like, damn it, Ray, you broke my back. So every time I hear that, if I do something stupid or clumsy, if I say damn it, Ray, That's where it fucking comes from. I know it's stupid, but that's where it comes from. And I think I seen that episode like I had to been in high school or something. That's an old ass episode, like old ass show, by the way. Um, I know, Brianna. I appreciate you. Hey, Elise, how are you? Um, and yes, DeAndre, I appreciate that as well. Thank you. So, Miss Tori, topic is finance. How can you creatively call more to you? Not somebody cuss you out. If you tell me a homeless person cuss you out, another like funny thing. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, Scary Movie with the Wayans brothers, but it was a scene where the main character, Sydney, I think that was her name, she was like, this homeless man, she's like, here you go, sir. Here's a nice sandwich. She said, I said $1, B, and threw it at the sandwich at her back. That's what it be like sometimes. Like, damn. But you know what? And this might be triggering for some people to hear. I feel like sometimes those people, some homeless people, not all of them, some especially the ones that are not in their right mind, some of them is like hosts for demonic spirits. Cause some of them be like saying some foul shit, being mean, being crazy. Some of them be fighting each other for no reason. Like it's I don't know, some scary shit. Anyway, it's some scary shit. Okay. He said, I said $1. That movie is so stupid, but like in a good way. Okay, Tori, let's see. Topic is finance. How can you creatively call more to you? I hope I'm tapping into this, like, right. I love that movie. Me and my brothers used to watch that movie too much. This is back in the day when we could like go to Blockbusters and shit. And what was the other one? I think it was Hollywood Movie or Hollywood Video or something, and we would rent movies when we go to my dad's house for the weekend, and we would get like the stupidest movies. Like we would get some like low budget films. Like before Tubi was like out in Tubi, we watched those old ghetto like comedies, like low budget hood movies back then, comedies. Shh, child. Sometimes we watch Kung Fu because my dad liked Bruce Lee. Those are the days, child. Okay, Page of Swords. Page of Swords, Nine of Wands is at the top of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. Hey, sis. Hey, Tawanda. Hey, Amanda. So, Page of Swords, how can you creatively call to you? This is, you already, since you already know, this is, I feel like, more so in regards to you utilizing your voice more. It could be your writing, your poetry. It could even be like you, it could be like voice clips, voiceovers, something with your voice and writing. Um, and it might not come immediately. It's like kind of like you're gonna have to open yourself up to it. You might get frustrated at first. Like, for instance, um, if you let's say you start journaling or you have your notepad up on your iPad or your phone or your laptop and you get to typing and it's like, oh, I feel like I can't say anything, I don't know what's supposed to come through. Like, sit with it, don't erase it, leave it, and it might be something that inspires you later, or it'll just start to come, it'll just start to flow, but you got to open the channel up for it, because there's something about opening the door and like just kind of, being open, like, okay, and letting it come to you. Yeah. What did I say you had? I don't even remember. What was at the top of the deck? I put Nine of Wands. Was the Nine of Wands and the Six of Swords? I don't know. Yeah, Six of Swords at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So I do feel like it's a feeling of a block, or it's really hesitance, but Spirit is saying as long as you open the channels up, it doesn't have to be something that comes quick, fast, or in a flash. It could even be something too, or certain things that you've already prepped out, planned out, written out, or creatively expressed, but it's like you feel like, okay, I don't know what to do with it, or I'm kind of like stuck at this point. Yeah. Not Hollywood Video because it was a little bit cheaper. Yeah. Yeah. So Spirit been telling you this. I feel like the energy I just keep getting spring, but hey, like energetically, vibrationally, spring makes sense because that is a new energy. That's a new beginning. That's a birthing period or season. So it most likely will be around spring. These two butterflies keep standing out to me. So this could be like metaphors around butterflies, wings, transformations, growth, things that you'll write topics around that or something with butterfly energy or imagery, something with that. All right, Sia, that's your reading. I appreciate you. So that was all my fairies. So we're going to get into the collective read and we're going to spin this wheel. Hopefully that makes sense, sis. Right. Yeah, Kyla's message might resonate with you because just like with her, like sometimes we get in our head, we like, oh, I know the shit, but or I think I do, but I don't know because I don't have enough of this to say, okay, yeah, let's do it. Rather than just being like, no, let's just hop in, let's just go for it. And I know that's not always the smartest thing to do. Like, yeah, just process it, sit with it. But sometimes it's like we don't always have to have all of the answers right away. All we need to do is just take that step that's already right in front of us. Springing forth. Yes. Spring forth. Yes. Okay. Could be March 4th. Remember, I don't know if y'all seen this meme. It was like a meme that was going around. It was like, um, March 4th is the day to march forward. Go forward. All right, so let's get this wheel going. Let's spin the wheel and see what our topic is going to be tonight. I also have a juicy little spell for y'all. It is one that I can say with 1000% testimonial that it does work. So there's that. All right, so let's get our spin the wheel topic. What is a timestamp? My eyesight ain't too good. I think that says 27 minutes. Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, let's spin the wheel, shall we? Tap to spin. It is spinning. Y'all see that? It's a lot of colors. Who's the winner? Which topic? Career and ambitions. So we doing a reading tonight on career and ambitions. All right, let's get it. All right. So our collective reading is on career and ambitions, and it's just so fitting that it landed on that because I noticed that some of you guys did ask about spirit be on point because when I get into this spell, it's all gonna make sense. See, spirit know what they be doing. That's we gotta lean on spirit. We gotta trust spirit. Okay. All right. So let's get it. Our career and ambitions reading. So this is just for us to gain better clarity as far as our work life, our creative passion, so on and so forth. Whether you're at a plateau or you just like, okay, what's going on? What do I need to know? You're welcome, sis. Let's get into it. Y'all see me looking down. I'm looking at my reads. Okay. My key points I'm going to tap into for my topics. I had all the topics up and ready, but I'm like, I'm going to let fate decide. Literally, I'm going to let divine source decide. I'm going to just let it happen. So, yeah. As a collective where we can all agree upon in our own unique way, divine source God, where do we stand in professional creative energies and journeys? Where do we stand within our professional or creative journeys? Where do we shit. Eight of Swords. What's going on? What we at a place like, oh shit, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? What is happening right now? Yeah, I know. Hey sis, you late. You missed your fairy read, sis. Brianna, you done missed your fairy read, sis. Okay, so 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and the Devil. You did. No, you gotta be on. Y'all gotta pay attention. Y'all got to be on while I do the live so I call y'all name. Ah, yeah. Gotta be on. That's the rule. Y'all gotta be active in the chat when I get on, and y'all gotta be, hey, I'm here. Here's my question. Otherwise, I gotta skip some of y'all. But ah. All right. Well, hopefully next time, sis. I already done chose another person. Maybe next time. All right, so let's get into the read. Four of Swords, Eight of Swords, and the Devil. So I feel like whatever this is, if it's either it's your professional life, your career, or just your creative energy, your creative journey. I know, sis. I know. It's all good. You know I got you any other time. Um, but yeah, the Devil and the Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords to me feels like you may perceive that you're stuck. You may perceive there's something that you're doing wrong or something that's working against you. You may see some of the fears and the patterns, you may be able to discern them, but the problem is it's like giving the power to it. Because with the Four of Swords, and in all actuality, the fact that you're even aware of some of these fears, some of these insecurities, or even taking a glance or a look or just asking yourself the question, is this something that I'm allowing to hold me back? Or is this something that it doesn't serve me anymore? Just the fact that you're probing and asking that or just dissecting that within yourself is a process of healing. And there might be an unawareness, and I hope I'm not jumping too far out into the reading before I get to the other things I want to ask. But it's like there's an anxiousness because you know that the end result or the goal is going to unfold in a positive way, even if you don't know how, or maybe even specifically what that looks like. It could just be like, I know or I feel that there's something better, there's something more, or there's something that I have yet to come upon that's for my highest good or blessing. I just haven't got there yet. There's an understanding of that. But for some of you, it's not stagnation, it's not a block. Spirit is having you visit something or face something here so that when the time or when the doors start to open up or when it's time for you to move forward or when the timing is right, so to speak, you'll be prepared, you'll be ready because you won't have this energy on you or blocking you or keeping you stuck. Yeah. So that's really the energy. I'm going to leave these cards out because that is the overall energy that we're looking at. So, what is a skill or talent that you might not be fully utilizing collectively, Spirit? What is a skill or a talent that this collective in particular that we all can agree upon in our own unique way, that talent or skill that we're not currently utilizing? Got a lot of cards coming out. You got the Seven of Swords. All these damn swords. King of Wands. Yeah. Five of Cups. What else? The Knight of Swords. I know the color is kind of like washed out because these are really colorful cards. Page of Pentacles. Um, hmm. So you guys have leadership skills. You guys might be those that are used to playing in the background and kind of hiding. You don't speak up sometimes. Like, let's say if this was like a classroom setting and the teacher ask a question and you know the question, but you're like, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to look stupid, or I don't want the spotlight on me, or I don't want anybody to hear my voice. It's giving that energy kind of, but like in a everyday experience, like you have the skills and the tools, but you're not putting yourself out there, and it's a fear of being in the spotlight. It's a fear of kind of, I feel like there's a, you have like a clouded judgment or perception, but again, I feel like you're not unaware of this. Like, you know this about yourself. You know that this is a block for you. You have the ability, I feel like, to be a really great leader. You hide a lot of your skills with the Seven of Swords. It's almost like you are unsuspecting. Like, some people might kind of get a feel like, no, there's more to this person than that. Or I know you got more insight, more wisdom, more skills, more talents than that. There might be people that know you personally in secret that see your potential or know things, and it's like, why don't you do more of this? But It's like the world doesn't know that. And it may not always be about the world, but just like in general, putting yourself out there, this is where your coin might be coming from, and you're blocking a potential opportunity for yourself. How is someone going to know that you exist? Or if you don't, if it's not an opportunity that comes to you through another person, then it's like you walking into an opportunity or putting yourself out there into an opportunity. How is it going to present itself if you don't open your energy up to receive it? And that's kind of the vibe, because you are meant to lead. I mean, it might not seem like it to you, and maybe in the past you like something has happened to you personally, like disappointments in the past with people, situations where maybe you felt like, oh, I put my all into that and that didn't work. I'm going to go back to what someone told me, like rather than looking at it in a negative. And I also heard another person say this, not to me personally, but I seen this, I think it was a video or something I came across, and it stuck. But it's along the lines of what someone else has said to me, that we look at things that don't necessarily go our way, or it doesn't seem to be going our way anymore or any longer. We start to think that, oh, I've hit a plateau, or oh, I'm at a place in my journey, or I'm failing, or I'm a failure, or it's not ever going to work out, rather than looking at it as an opportunity to either move in a new direction, move in a new territory, new environment, new experiences, or do something different, go back to the drawing board and keep figuring out what works for you. Like a lot of talented people, like they have these ideas, they have these ambitions, these visions, these dreams, and sometimes it may not always pan out. Sometimes your energy is ahead of season. Like you got, and that's the thing about prophecy. A lot of creative people, if not all creative individuals, they have prophetic abilities, meaning like you're able to see things in the future. You have an innovative mind or creative mind. Sometimes you're pulling shit out that doesn't even exist here yet, like has not even been a thing, but you're creating an avenue in a place for that. It's called trailblazing, right? So if you think about iPhones and whatever other companies, Apple and things like that, these are things that were not thought of in the past. They probably weren't even a part of someone's imagination or the collective mind's imagination, or consciously anyway. At some point, one person or maybe a couple people came together and said, oh, I have this idea, oh well, I have this, and they came together and birthed something that doesn't even exist. Now it exists, and there may be other things that branch and form from that specific thing. Just like there's a Google, there's a Yahoo, there's a this, there's a that, there's different things that can branch from one idea. So it's like it doesn't have to be, oh, I can't do that because this already exists, or I can't do this because it doesn't exist. No. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. Like you might have $1 million, $1 billion ideas. Shit. Like literally. And sometimes, like, when did Steve Jobs start his shit? Or Amazon? I think I'm thinking of the Amazon guy in my head, like this picture that I'm seeing in my head. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he started in like the early 90s. And like everybody's a fucking, including myself, is an Amazon crackhead, like literally. Like it's so many people that have their years, like prophecy. People think just because, oh, I see it right now, oh, it's got to happen. And that's the one thing that I hate about being a messenger. Sometimes you'll tell a person something, and if you don't give them the exact time frame or the date, even, you might not even get it. Spirit might not tell you, but Spirit's giving you, I see this for you, this is what I'm seeing, and you're explaining it to them in the best way possible. But if we're like so anxious, like I heard this message, I heard this vision, or I got this vision or this dream myself, or blah blah blah, if it doesn't happen right away, we start to freak out. And sometimes prophecy, literally, it may take a while. Realize this, that some of the prayers that your ancestors prayed, they didn't live to see it. This shit may have not happened until 2 generations later, 3 or 4, 30 generations later. Prophecy happens at its divine time. So we can't put a time on certain things. So you can't just throw in the towel and say, oh, I give up, or no, I'm not gonna do it, because it could be a black. All right, let's see. Yeah, some of you guys might have literally like things that could be life changing. You don't know that. If it's a book that you're inventing, if it's a blog, a magazine, I don't know, people still read magazines. I don't know, but you don't know like what you could birth. You have no idea. All right. So, what are the obstacles? What challenges or roadblocks to anticipate? Like, so that it's a grounded perspective. Like, okay, if I do launch, if I do move forward towards a certain energy, what are the roadblocks that I might have to embrace or overcome? Because that helps with your growth. You learn. And that I had to tell myself that too sometimes, like shit, like sometimes like what we think is a failure might just be a lesson to learn or do something different or to tweak and to progress. If you don't make a mistake, you'll never know how to correct and you'll never learn. You know what I'm saying? So mistakes are there to help you learn. Because if we just went about life knowing everything, then we would be like robots. Okay, let's see. As a collective that we can all agree upon in our own unique way, what challenges or roadblocks might we have to anticipate? Let's see. The Knight of Wands. Things are not going to happen as quickly as you want them to. They're not. The Emperor. But do you have the confidence, or as I should, I should say, the Godfidence? Do you have the Godfidence? Meaning the divine, your divine identity, like you. Like, are you going to allow, let's say you put out something today. Let's say you put out a song. You put out a song and you're learning how to write, you're perfecting your writing skills or whatever. And somebody that don't even child, let's say it's a person, a motherfucker that don't even write songs at all, has the nerve and the audacity to come at you and say, hey, you don't know what you write, like this is lame, like you don't, that's a lame ass song. Like, okay, well then you do it, motherfucker. Let's see you do it. Right? Or let's say um you put out there that you are a painter, right? And you put some art up. Somebody that don't even have the balls or the titty balls to come and say, "Hey, I'll put my stuff up. Let me create. Let me just do my own thing." But they have the audacity to be talking about your shit when they don't even have the courage to do the same. So it's like, are you solid enough to say, no matter what people say about me, I have a thick enough skin to keep going and keep believing. Let's say someone comes to you that is a skilled songwriter and tells you, hey, that song is not really all that hot. Are you going to take offense to that, or are you going to take it like, okay, well, what could I do to perfect it or do better? How would you suggest? Like, what would you have tweaked? What would you have done different? Or someone that may be a very skilled, gifted, talented painter, or someone that gets paid millions or thousands or whatever for their art. Okay, well, I'm new to this, like, but at the same time though, even if someone comes to you and tells you I'm an expert at this, you still have to believe in yourself. You could take the criticism, you can take it as a lesson learned or as helpful criticism, or you can say, okay, I appreciate that. Still create your own lane. No one else is going to be able to perfect you better than you. And I don't mean perfection in a sense where you don't make mistakes, but to where you master your own energy. You have your own energy signature. No one else is quite like you. There could be 1,000 painters in the world. They're all going to paint different. There's 1,000 songwriters, 1,000,000, 100,000, whatever songwriters in the world. Your energy is your own. Okay. Hey, Asia. Hey, Jasmine. No free questions, y'all. But yeah, don't rush this. That anticipate the fact that maybe you might come across some people that are experts, knights to an emperor, like, and that's okay. Or just realizing, like, I know I have the ability and the capability. I have the willpower within me, or I know my potential. I see it, but I'm not there yet. That's okay. That's okay. Who's asking you to be an expert? Like, come on. Who asking you to be an expert? I'm pretty sure Denzel Washington was not the best actor when he started out. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, like, who's another really top dog actor? Let's say, like, I don't know, George Clooney or some shit. Um, when he started, somebody probably laughed at him in an audition. Probably. So it's not about perfectionism. That's not what this is about. Not at all. It's not about how fast you can get to that point because Will Smith, yeah. I think Will Smith did actually, like, let's take Lauryn Hill. I love her story. Went to the Showtime at the Apollo and got booed. And she's like the GOAT. And she only put out one solo album and she still, like, that album still is the shit. She could still tour off that one album, maybe some stuff with the Fugees, but she can tour off of just that one album alone. You know, it takes time. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight for you. Some people find what works for them. Some people sound like, I don't know, I just keep going back to music. Some people sound, they have to find their signature sound. Like, they might start off awkward, you know? If you listen to different artists that have a long, like, their catalog is quite big, you see the progression in their music. You see the shift in their sound, maybe even in their voice or their lyrical content or their abilities, their skill. It's like you could see the progression, right? So if you look at some of your favorite artists in the beginning, maybe they didn't sound as good. Maybe, their style was a little crazy. Like, what is this? I love Pink's story too. Like, Pink started off as an R&B artist. That was not her preferred lane. But she if you ask me, like, bitch, you could be an R&B artist, sis. Like, that album with the pink hair, there you go. Look at pitiful, like, sis, you could shit. Anyway, but later on, like, she's doing her own thing, her own lane, and yeah, girl. All right. So, opportunities. What opportunities are coming your way? Opportunities for you to take advantage of. Let's see. As a collective, is my titty popping out? My bad. If it is, my bad. All right. Let's see. Shoot. Now I want to listen to that Pink C. That shit went hard in middle school. I think. Yeah. I think we were in middle school when that came out. I love that CD. Like, sis, you could be an R&B artist now. I don't know. I mean, I did like some of her songs, but, like, if you ask me, I prefer that. Like, hey, like, but that's me. That's my opinion. That's not her lane. See what I'm saying? Like, some people might be like, oh, Pink, I liked you better when you did the song where you had the little pink pixie cut, and you was boxing in the ring and whatever the fuck. Like, I like that. And she might be like, okay, well, maybe I should go back. If you don't have tough skin, if you have tough skin, it's like, no, that's not my lane. That's not what I'm into. If you don't like my other music, I don't know what to tell you, bitch. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. And it might resonate for a time. Like, some things it might be due to the era, the sound. Like, if you 70s music obviously sounds significantly different from 80s music, right? 90s music, early 2000s, mid, all of it sounds significantly different, right? So if you're an artist that knows how to ride the waves and kind of, you know, still be true to you and still blend in, like, I'll give it up to Snoop Dogg. I don't know why we talking about the music. I'll give it up to Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, he can hop. Like, I heard him on a whole, like, Mexican song. Like, this ninja was on there. I'm like, this ninja right here, like, he been doing this since the 90s, and he's still kicking it. He old as a grain of salt, and he's still, you know what I mean? Like, he's still on the radio. Like, that's dope to me. Like, you're able to still, like, get in where you fit in, but still be you. Like nobody can say, "Oh, that's not Snoop Dogg." Like Snoop Dogg is like it. Hey, all right. Opportunities to see. You bought her CD when you was in college. Yeah, those were the days like where you had. I miss like Virgin record stores. I miss all that. Like, oh, those are the days. I miss record stores where you get the CDs and damn, like kids today. I feel sorry for y'all. Y'all just don't know. Times was popping back then. All right, why can't I get a card? Okay, stop. Okay. Nothing's gonna come to you if you're stuck and scared. You can't. And I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna I'm not gonna put that sugar like, oh, if that's not what I'm seeing. Like, excuse me, you have the Four of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords, and then you have the Judgment and the Knight of Cups. So it's like you're at that point, like I said in the beginning of the reading, you're at the point where you're able to see your blocks, your roadblocks. This could be the year to correct it. Because there is something, if you follow your heart, you follow through with where you're guided to go, where you're called to go. There is a lot of things on the horizon, but it's almost like spirit doesn't even want to tell me to tell you. Yeah. Five of Swords at the top of the deck. The Emperor is at the bottom of the deck. It's really up to you, like what opportunities come your way. Are you ready to be a leader? Are you ready to do you know who you are and what you bring to the table? Because if you don't, it's not gonna work. And it's not to say that you got to hurry up and figure it out. It's like acknowledge the fact, be kind toward yourself at the fact if you don't know yet. You don't know, not saying that you don't know who you are in a certain sense, but when it comes to your purpose, your calling, when it comes to like where you want, what you want to do with your life, your career, and you could be any age and be like, shit, I thought I knew, but I don't know anymore. And I know that might be controversial for some of us that are at a certain age to be like, well, bitch, you should have figured that out a long time ago. Or, dude, you should figure that out a long time ago. But not necessarily. Sometimes we figure it out later that that path isn't for me. Like, I can't tell you how many things I done said. And I feel like there might be an opportunity for different things that I felt called to in my life to come together in its own way. But I went to school to be a veterinarian assistant because I love animals. And in my mind as a little kid, I saw myself doing multiple things. That was one of them. If it wasn't music, if it wasn't me acting, if it wasn't something of some sort of creative design, that's what I saw myself doing. I love animals. And I even want to open my own practice or rescue. Like that's still in my heart. Like I still want to do that. But I went to school. It did not work out. It got sabotaged to an extent, but at the same time, I'm kind of grateful for the sabotage. We ain't gonna talk about racism in workplace. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that yet. We're gonna save that for another segment. But there was a lot of sabotage. It was very racist, very catty type of energy. And I was right at my last week of completing my assignment to where I was about to graduate and get my certification. And these bitches, ugh. Anyway. But no, that experience, like I was grateful that I learned what I learned, but deep down inside when I sat with myself, I'm like, I don't think I'm built for this. This is not really what I want to do. Like I love animals and I want to work with animals, but into this capacity, this is not for me. Not for me. It's a lot. Like, especially if you love animals, you gotta be built to for that field. You literally have to be built for that. It's not. I done been in some rooms where some animals got put down. Like that is not a good feeling. Like it's not no, no. I was not built for that. But I needed to journey through that. So there's nothing wrong with, as long as you're living, you can always start a new path. You can start nursing at 50. Like as long as you're still living, you got time, life in you, breath in you, you can still move where you're guided to go. There's some people that have been doing certain things for years and have just finally mastered it, or found their lane, or feel solidified in their purpose or truth of who they are, you know. And that's really what this is. The opportunities will open once you don't rush the process or rush the game. You sit with it, you release what you need to release. And it's really fear. And some of you with these eyes, I don't know if you can see you see the little eyeballs in the back. The attention is a fear of attention. Even if you get a little bit of some here and there, who's to say that you're not going to be a divine vessel that is meant to speak to many people, you know? Or your book, like you might be like, oh, I don't want to release my stories and my words because everybody's going to have access to this truth and this and that, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. But who's to say that those people out there, those millions of eyes and ears that are open to hear your story and need to hear your story, that your story is meant to touch or help and inspire? Who's to say that? You know what I mean? Your 100 can turn into a million. Your 2 can turn into 100. Your whatever. It's 11 views and 11 likes. It's 11. So I know that this is not bullshit. Like spirit is like on point. Now it's 12. So that was that little divine little synchronicity. Yeah. But some of you guys, like the opportunities, there could be something or someone that does want to approach you or some sort. It doesn't have to be like, because the Knight of Cups, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be someone that has pure intentions, someone that also is a creative, because cups, the court card, cups, people are usually the poets, the artists, the creatives, right? In the tarot. So this is someone that moves from pure intent, from the heart, someone that is presenting something to you that I feel like is in alignment with you, but you got to be in the space to receive these opportunities or seize these opportunities. Excuse me. All right. So, what is a practical action to move you closer to your dreams? What is a practical action that we all can take in Divine Spirit as a collective that we can agree upon in our own unique way? The Tower. Whatever it is that Spirit's telling you to let go of and give up, let it go. Because you're not going to, even if it's fear, if it's insecurities, you're not going to be able to build upon those energies, because those are not strong foundational energies. They're not strong. They're not built upon anything substantial. Like if I try to put myself like, okay, let's say I want to, why I keep bringing up music? I don't know, whatever. Let's say I want to go on American Idol, which I would never encourage anybody to go on none of these motherfucking shows. But let's say someone like in your family's like, oh, well, you have a talent, you need to go on the show. And it's like, but you're going, oh, but there's so many other great singers, so many other great jazz singers, the blues singers. I'll just be washed up in the crowd, blah, blah, blah. And then you don't go for it. And let's say you do go, and you're going off of someone else telling you that you need to go, even though deep down inside you are insecure, you don't believe in your voice, you're not even willing to go just for the experience, to grow or to learn. You're just like, oh, I'm going to go for someone else, but you're insecure. You're going to show up weak. As soon as your voice cracks, sit. And then you're probably going to be one of them people that storm off crying. Instead of going because you want to go and you say, you know what, I am a little scared, but it's not about perfection. Again, confidence is not about perfection. Confidence is the ability to say, I may not succeed in this, but I'm willing to put myself out there and at least give myself the experience, because I don't know, or I could learn from this. That's confidence. Fake confidence is like, oh, I'm the shit, I know, I got this. And then most of the people that be coming in like that, no, they don't got it. Or just being insecure completely to where you don't believe in yourself at all and you're not showing up in your best of your ability. It's a weak foundation. So it's like, this weak foundation, tear it down, because you cannot build from this. That's the most practical step. Let's see what else was at the top. The Queen of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Yeah. Hang it up. That fear. Hang it up. Let it go. Let that old you die, because it's trying to suck the life out of something sacred. This isn't the traditional tarot, so it's kind of hard to explain the Queen of Cups in this instance. But when I think about the Queen of Cups, she's not holding just any old chalice or cup. She's holding the Ark of the Covenant in her hand, and that's a very powerful conduit of energy. So it's something powerful or sacred that you hold, but it's almost like the giftings or the ideas, the creativity, our purposes, our divine identity. If we don't know the significance or even tap into or touch it, we're doing ourselves and possibly, if not, just others in general. It doesn't have to be like massive amount of people. I'm not saying like, oh, you got to be on the world stage. Like, it's not saying that. How you show up. You could be somebody that says, oh, I want to be a manager at McDonald's. And you might be the best motherfucking manager in the company, and you get something out of that, you know? Some sort of reward or something, or some state or some city or governor, might reward you for, I don't know. You never know. You might start a foundation, like you talk to somebody within the company that favors you, that sees your work ethic, and is like, you know, moving you up in the company, and you might, hey, I want to be a part of the McDonald's Foundation, and I want to do this for children, and but like, you don't know. You never know. Don't limit your motherfucking gifts. That's all I gotta say. You don't know where it's gonna take you. You never know. All right, so the long-term vision for your career. If I didn't tap into that already, because I feel like, yeah, sometimes I already get ahead of myself. The messages just be coming out already. So, okay. Long-term vision for career or purpose or creativity for the collective that we can all agree upon in our own unique way. Divine Spirit. The Five of Cups. What you think is a loss, it is not. It is not a loss. It may be something that returns back again or revitalizes or is restricted in a different way. And you have the Moon. This is something, maybe whatever this is in the future for you, there is something about it that's cloaked for a reason. You have the Ten of Wands. I feel like Spirit's cloaking it because they don't want to overwhelm you. So I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be a phony reader and just try to pull something out just to give you something. Like, oh, this is a long-term vision, and I don't see what it is, because I don't see it. And it's not that there isn't a vision for you in your career or even your own personal vision. I feel like you have a insight or detail or some level of vision, but it's like Spirit is keeping some of the fine details from you, because I feel like if you saw it, you would be like, oh shit, I ain't doing it. I ain't cut out for this shit. I ain't built. I'm not going for it. No, I don't have this. Or you're telling me this. That's not. You know how it is when my throat got cut off. I sound crazy as hell. You know how it is. Like, no, you know how it is sometimes, like when you, let's say for instance, someone tells you like a task that you have to do, right? Like, let's say it's a job. You go for a job interview and you're like, okay, this is a basic thing. And then the person that's interviewing is like, okay, well, we need you to work nights. We need you to do this, and that. You got to type such and such words per minute. We need you to do the X, Y, and Z. And then you got to drive the company car too. And sometimes it might be in the heat. You got to do this, you got to do that. And you're just like, ugh. I don't know if I want to do this shit anymore, right? You might be like, oh, I'm going to backtrack. And it might not be like to that degree to where you wouldn't be happy with the end result, but the path to it, if you knew all the ins and outs, you probably would be like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. Because greatness, people that have big purposes and callings, their journeys, if you listen to their testimonies, they went through some shit. And you might be going through some shit. If you if you rewind back in time and you sit down with Spirit and you say, Spirit, what is my journey going to look like from 2001 to 2025? And then Spirit's like, well, first of all, you know, you're going to meet this person. You're going to think you in love. And then he or she is going to break your heart. Then you're going to have these friends and you're going to have a whole bunch of falling outs with these friends. And it might be some people that count you out. You might have seasons where you think that you're alone or you feel like nobody cares about you. You might lose your house and you're like, wait a minute, Spirit, what the what? I gotta go through all of that. And then Spirit's like, but wait though, the end result is X, Y, and Z, and you're just like, but why do I gotta go? You know what I mean? Like some shit we don't need to know. And if we knew all of that, we're gonna skip the lessons and the experiences that we need that's building us and shaping us and molding us for our purposes anyway. So it's like, do you need to know every single detail? No. No. Just know that it's going to end in a victory, though, with the world card at the bottom of the deck. That's you know, and not to say the spirit's going to withhold every single thing from you. There might be periods where spirit is like, okay, you're more in a receptive state or more of a level of spiritual maturity to understand this. Okay, one of those things. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our spell for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. I didn't pull any oracle cards on it. Kind of want to. I'll pull one or two from this Moonology oracle just to get a feel. If there's any other messages, any other guidances or advice for you. Let's see. Face your fears. Literally. That's all Spirit's like, that's all I was saying. You know, that's all I was trying to say. Let's see. The top of the deck is accept help. Okay. Accept help, and this could be in the form of people around you. It could be also and or in the form of your divine team, which I feel like it's both, of course. And change your tune was at the bottom of the deck. So change your energy, your vibe, your frequency, because you're going to transform. You are. And then at the bottom of that, you have embrace uncertainty. All these cards is in alignment. And what's underneath that? Patience. You got to have patience. This is the cycle. Just like the moon phases, every season, every cycle, every chapter and experience in your life, it all aligns and is meant to make sense. It has its purpose. And what's beneath that? Strength. You have to have the inner strength within you. Strength is not about how big your muscles are in a spiritual sense. It's about more so your inner strength, your ability, your discipline, your self-focus, your perseverance, your faith, um, your grace towards yourself, your ability to grow and to expand, or your desire to grow and to expand, to learn, you know, being a good sport in this journey of life, like for real, because sometimes like it's easy, I'm telling you, like it's easy to fold sometimes and into woe is me and feel like shit is hopeless, and it's okay to feel that, some, you know, feel those emotions, but don't allow yourself to get caught up in them to where you take them on and you carry it with you. It's like that. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial. It was like a maybe in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. It was a depressive, I think it was a medication for depression, and it was like this little circle figure thing, and it would like follow this person around. It's like this energy that you don't want to carry that energy with you. And it's easier said than done sometimes to just be like, oh, I'm just not going to be in that energy sometimes. Like, it's human, it's normal to feel down sometimes. Life is not always going to be vibing with you in a way that you're like, yeah, I'm shit sweet over here. Oh yeah, I got this going on, and I got, sometimes it's like ain't shit going on, or just seem like everything is just going completely fucking wrong sometimes. And you're just like, why, spirit? Why do I got to go through this? But I do believe this, and I'm not going to just pretend like I'm not going to be a messenger that tells you that your path or your journey is going to be easy and you're going to be this famous person. And if that is the case, that you are meant or you're called to be someone of that position, from what Spirit has shown me and told me, is that there's a shift energetically in that, in the field of people being in the forefront or influencers. Like, it may not be a complete do away with people that are in power, or people that are in positions of influence that really shouldn't be there, that are not helping the people, that are not healing the people, that are just bringing, pretty much just like drug dealers in the community, they're just bringing sickness into the community, into the spiritual community, into just life in public in general, the world. If we can make more room, I should say, because not to say that there aren't people of positive influence and healers, but in the forefront, but to make more room and for us to be a majority rather than a minority, if that makes sense. So it's not about being seen. It's not about, oh, look at me, because that's not the type of energy, that it's not the vibration that we're on. We're doing away with that. So if you have a true calling, and really how you know that you have a purpose in the calling, your journey, oftentimes you are, it seems like it's not always an easy for you. It's not an easy game for you. You might look at everybody else around you and think, oh, they get to slack off and just do whatever they want, and they can be terrible, shitty people and do whatever. But no, that's not cool. That's not the path you want to be on. You don't want to be the people that just get to fuck off in life and do nothing and ruin other people's lives, or just get things out of being a bad person. Like, you don't want to be those type of people. Those are not the called, chosen people. They're not. People that are inflicting pain, those are not called and chosen people. No. And it's not to say that just because you are someone of heart and you have integrity and all of that, that you moving around here like a soft ass, you know, ninja. No. You do have to toughen up. And that doesn't mean to be hard against other people, but that means that you move more wisely, more discerningly, vigilantly, diligently, in other words, and make sure that you spiritually strapped out here. And you have that confidence, because if you don't, you will fold potentially. You could, right? Throw in the towel and say, I give up. Life is unfair, or whatever, whatever. No, you're human. We're all human. We have our days. Life is not always going to be perfect, of course. If it ever is, it's not. But there's those days that are better than most. And there's days that may be worse than most sometimes. That's life. How do you migrate, and how do you shift and evolve? Shoot, we've been around here for a long time. A lot of humans have been through some painful shit in life. Shoot, some of our ancestors, we done been through some tough shit, and we still here. Still here. So yeah, let's go ahead and tap into our spell. Hey Bianca. Hey sis, long time no speak. How are you? How you doing, sis? Happy Friday. So we're gonna do the Wheel of Fortune spell. We're going to, let's see, tap into that right now. We on 1:13:36. Okay. All right, so let's get into our Wheel of Fortune spell. So if you guys have some journals, some piece of paper, some pens, y'all can write this down with me. I'll be glad to go into this like a little teaching lesson. No, but I want to share this with y'all. Probably a little bit different than how I did it. I don't exactly remember verbatim, but I'm just gonna give you guys some cool tips and things like that. Now, I always say that when you do spiritual work and like magic, like, working with candles and stuff, like, don't think that it's just going to fix all of your problems. It is meant to amplify and inspire and send out a signal and energy, but you also got to be a part of that magic. So, we're going to be incorporating some tarot magic. We're going to be incorporating some candle magic, some planetary magic, tapping into the magic of Jupiter. herbal magic, intention writing, scripting, whatever you want to call it, affirmations, prayers, all that jazz. Okay. Which is necessary. I feel like when you're setting intentions, when you first start any type of spiritual work, you always want to cover, protect, call on your divine team to protect, cover you, walk with you, guide you. Make sure that your energy is clear, you're in a good headspace, your environment, like you're in an environment or it's not a lot going on at the moment, at the time, you're in a peaceful state, it's quiet, you're not going to be distracted, and that you're doing, you have a space for your things, a sacred space where no one's going to touch it, hinder it, look at it, whatever. Let's get into it. Y'all got this far, y'all. I appreciate y'all for being on here. It's really late. So yeah, this is just to invoke the energy of change. Okay? Change, call in divine opportunities and align with your destined path, so on and so forth. So like if you're trying to, assist with abundance, prosperity, blessings and things like that, open doors. Um some of these things can be substituted. I'll get into that for a second. So you need a candle. You can use one of these 7 days. This is a kind of chunky 7-day candle. I love this candle. This I'm just using this one as an example. This one didn't burn all the way. It did what it needed to do. So it didn't even it's like just looking crazy. It's just done. It looks fucking crazy in here. This looks like I don't know what this it looks like something. I'm gonna need to read this candle later. I forgot about this candle. I just was like, oh shit, I don't have any standalone candles I could find, and this one was one. So this 7-day candle, you can use that, or you can use like chime candles. But I would say preferably for something like this, get you a big, get you a chonka, or get you a regular 7-day. Get you something that's gonna burn a while. I would say because this is like you want shit to really move. You don't want nothing to just like happy birthday and it's gone. It's done. Anyway, so yeah, I would say get a candle that kind of fits the essence and energy of the intent. So like if you're going to do something for prosperity, luck, opportunities, you can even be very specific and get you a road opener candle. Road opener candles, sometimes they have images on it, they have a prayer on it sometimes, or they have like just the color blocked ones, like a green and yellow candle or green and orange candle for the road opener. Road opener would be perfect for what we're talking about, or you can get an orange candle, a green candle, or a yellow candle, something that fits the essence and energy of what you're attracting. I would more so say, me personally, I would get a color block candle if possible, where it has the orange and the green. But if not, just go with what you feel guided to do. And if you don't have access to colorful 7-day candles, like usually when you go to the grocery stores, you go to like um I don't know, like a local metaphysical store, a botanica, a uh Spanish market most of the time will have these type of candles. Um, I don't know. Pretty much I would say like Mexican markets or Latino markets or metaphysical shops. Or you can just go online and order one. Or if it's not that deep, you need a white candle, just set the intention with that white candle and it's good. So you need your candle. If you want to get into the whole herbs, like I said, herbal magic, you could, like, if you want to sprinkle, don't do too much. Like I always say, if you're doing candles, you don't, especially one that's in glass, you don't want to overdress it because it will um kind of like mess with the natural burn of the candle, or it'll just have like all this black smoke and you'll think, oh, it's something negative. If you want a pure read of your candle, don't overdress it. Like just put, if you're going to use herbs, just a little sprinkle, just a tiny bit. If you're going to use for this sort of thing, you could use like bay leaves or crush them up. You can use rosemary, you can use cinnamon. If you, for this type of thing, you can, I don't know if you have some sort of citrus type, like dried orange peels or something that invokes that energy of luck and prosperity. You can use cloves, the little clove spices, or you can use allspice. I use allspice sometimes, and even did a video on this a long time ago, I think. But if you can find some Chinese, I think it's 5 Chinese spice. It has like pretty much what you would want to have for a prosperity like herbal thing. It's like on the money. I'm like, why didn't I ever look at the ingredients and like put two and two together? But one day I just looked and I'm like, wait a minute, like this, like I don't gotta use this over here and then use this and use it. I can just use this one thing and just sprinkle that shit just a little bit, just a little bit. That's if you want to do all of that. You don't have to get into the whole herbal thing, but if that's what you want to do, I would say like bay leaves, cinnamon, cloves, or that 5 Chinese spice. It's like there's so many herbs you can look them up, like what resonates with abundance, and you don't have to oversaturate the stuff. Me personally, what I did when I did this for myself, I used my road opener oil. You can buy road opener oil. um yeah, you can buy road opener oil, or you can just make your own. I made my own. I just like put my own shit in it and just made my own energy oil. So you can do that and just dress your candle. You don't want to put it inside, but if you do have oil, just bless it, anoint it around. If it's something that you want to bring to, obviously you want to put the energy towards you rather than out or away. Okay. Of course you're gonna need a pen and paper to write with, to write your affirmations or your intention. I would say more so your intention. Some people like to put crystals and shit in their candles. If you do, you can use like an aventurine, a citrine, maybe fool's gold, but you don't got to do all that either. I know some people that have made candles with crystals. I bought some specifically from the House of Intuition. Like I bought a few candles from them, like intentional candles, and they'll put certain crystals that vibe with the energies. They'll put those in there, and when they burn down, you can keep them and carry them with you, which is cool if you want to take the energy. And I'll get into that in a second, but you can do that as well. Um, I forgot my seal of Solomon. I do have a seal of Solomon. It's not up here anymore, I don't think. I had one. So I printed out um a seal of Solomon, and there's different seals. I'll get into that when we get to that point, but you don't have to. That's optional. You can write the seal if you're good at drawing and all that, you can do that. Or you can print it out. That's up to you. I'm only saying this because we're going to be utilizing the Wheel of Fortune Tarot. So card. So you do want to have a Wheel of Fortune card. You can print out a picture of the Wheel of Fortune or something like that, or if you have a deck, um, it's not gonna harm it. But if you want this like to sit around your candle, it could damage it possibly. I had one from a deck that I just used for art and stuff. Like I just cut it up, like use it like one of these cards right here. I cut out the Empress and just made it into a tarot card. Um, I've used them for different things. I put my one of my Empress cards, I put it in a money jar that I made before. Like I have a tarot deck that I use specifically for like spell work for myself. So different intentions. So the Wheel of Fortune, I already used it, and I think I threw it away because I was done using it. It was already messed up anyway because it was around the candle that I was using. So if you have one that you don't mind disposing or carrying around, it's like like a not a trinket or something like that, but more so like a not even a good luck charm, but yeah, kind of in a sense, yes. Or something that you can dispose later when you no longer need it. If not, um, put it in a safe space around your altar space or wherever you're doing your candle work. Or like I said, you can print out a picture of the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right, but you need that. So that's why I'm getting into the whole Jupiter energy. The Solomon seals is optional, but it is also a powerful tool, I must say. Yeah. So yes, rolled up candles are found at Food Co. in Cali. Oh wow, girl. There was one store that I went to in California. They had a lot of candles, and it was at a grocery store. I'm like, wait a minute, child. I ain't never seen this in my life. Okay, so I would say if you're going to do this, like if you want to get real technical and really like precise, because we are working with the Wheel of Fortune, which is a Jupiter ruling card, you can do this on Thursday, which is Jupiter Day. Um, I think a waxing moon, but I'm not confident on that. You can research that, but definitely Thursday. That's Jupiter day. Okay. I always say cleanse your objects that you're using. If you just bought a candle, somebody else's hands was touching it, cleanse it before you use it. Wash it. Pray over it or spray it down, smudge it, whatever you need to do. Put it in some sea salt, put it in some salt water, whatever you need to do. Run it down the drain. Like cleanse the energy, pray over it because you're using this. You're taking this as a object of spiritual work. So think about it with all these different hands and stuff touching your. It's like you wouldn't want nobody touching your food, right? You don't want somebody touching your property, all these different hands on it. It's like think of it as like if you had a black light, it would all these fingers and hands and shit, and you don't know what they got on them, what type of energy they got, who manufactured, who you know what I mean. Like clear the energy out. Yeah, clear the energy out. So yeah, I said prayer, get started, calling your divine team, cleanse your space, make sure you're in a good headspace. And like I like to vibe to music sometimes, like listen to like if it's affirmations around finances or money or opportunities. Um there's a really it's a really good one. I like this. I'm gonna have to find it for y'all, but I think it's John the Conqueror. I think it is John the Conqueror. I gotta look it up because I would know it if I seen it. And it's on YouTube, by the way, but it's a mantra and I love it because it has like all these golden coins and all these beautiful colors and stuff. But it's like a mantra. You can play that. Something that's like talking about money, or you can listen to some music about getting money, something that's gonna make you feel good and put you in that vibration. Or if you just want to focus and be clear and intent, you want it to be complete silence and your head clear, like that's cool too. You don't have to have the music. But so what you're gonna do, let's say you dressed your candle or you didn't. You've washed it though. You've set intentions. You've held it in your hand. You could say, I don't remember exactly what I said with my candle. I think I used like a specific scripture or prayer or something. I know I said my own affirmation on my candle. But let's say something along the lines of, let's say I call upon the power of Jupiter and the wheel of fortune to guide me toward my destiny with luck, wisdom, and divine timing, or open doors of blessings, whatever is specific to your intentions. And then, of course, you're going to write your intentions, whether it's new opportunities for, I don't know, career growth, or open the doors if there's any blockages in my path so that I can overcome them, or whatever is intentional for you, right? If you want to get really deep and ask spirit, like, hey, what's the best intention to set, like because sometimes we don't even know if it's a matter of we're blocking ourselves, and in what capacity are we blocking our blessings, or is there something in the way, something connected to us, people we're connected to, is it something else going on? You want to get technical before you even touch the wheel of fortune and pull it out of your deck. Shuffle the deck with the intention of finding the wheel of fortune, kind of similar to what we did last week with the hermit card. Keep pulling until you find the wheel of fortune, and keep those cards out that you pulled before you pull the wheel of fortune. That will either tell you like what's going on when it comes to your destiny, your path, your opportunities, or if you're set, let's say you're shuffling the deck. Where does the energy around, if your intention is opportunities for career advancement, what is the block around that, or what's the energy around it? And then based off of that, okay, I need to set my intentions around, let's say you're at a dead end job that you hate, and that is the block. Setting intentions to be able to successfully find or land the job for you, or know when it's time, or know the proper steps that you need to take, or when it's time for you to migrate into something else, or what steps do you need to take, whatever the case may be. If it's there is some negative energy that's blocking you, or negative people or enemies, jealousy, boom, now okay. And I'm gonna get into the Solomon seals because there's some specific for specific things. Like it's not just one Jupiter Solomon seal, there's different ones. So I'll get into that in a second, but write down your intention. um Let's see. Where did I put my shit, church? Oh no, I think it's still in here. Hold on. Yeah, it is. Okay. So the seals of Jupiter, they're like a talisman type of a thing. So like kind of similar to sigil magic, kind of similar to it. The keys of Solomon, these are associated with planetary energy. So specifically energy that we're tapping into is Jupiter. Okay, because there's different planets, keys of Solomon, but there's the Jupiter that we're only going to focus on. So the first pentacle, the first pinnacle of Jupiter, this one is to grant victory and success, particularly or specifically in legal matters, negotiations, and endeavors requiring a level of authority. So it's like if you're dealing with a boss or something like that, and you want a promotion, the first pentacle of Jupiter might be the one that you want to use if you're going to go that route, right? If you're going to use it. And all you got to do is, like I said, you can print it out, put it underneath your candle, or you can print it that is small enough to maybe you can tape it on your candle. Shoot, I don't know. You could even, I wouldn't burn it. Actually, no, I wouldn't do that. Just you can place it or put it on your candle. If you, like I said, if you're a good draw, you know how to, or you're someone that's good and artistic, draw that shit on your candle with a black marker. Um, the second pentacle of Jupiter is the purpose to attract wealth, prosperity, financial abundance. So if you want to use this to attract financial growth for yourself, you can use the second pentacle of Jupiter. Um, the third pentacle of Jupiter is to protect against negativity, envy, and harmful energy. So if you have that block of the evil eye, or shoot, you just want to be like, just to be safe, or just, this is my intention. So you might be drawn to more than one pentacle, but I always feel like you don't want to overdo stuff. So, but yeah, this one's perfect if you want to protect your energy from bad vibes, haters, jealousy. The third pentacle is good for that. The third pinnacle of Jupiter. The fourth pinnacle of Jupiter is, it helps out with favor in regards to positions of power or authority. So it's kind of similar to the first pentacle, if I'm not mistaken. So like any superiors, leaders, influential, it's not to tamper with their free will. It's just to kind of position your energy and maybe help to amplify your energy to be seen, or to be in that vibration or that position that you're looking for. Again, that confidence, you got to have that. So this isn't about, oh, I want my boss to, it's not, you're not doing this to work against other people's free will. So don't try that. Okay. Um, the fifth pinnacle, if you want to, for this, it's more so for protection of your home, blessings for your home and family. You can use that if you would like. The sixth pinnacle promotes healing, spiritual wisdom, and inner peace. So Jupiter isn't just about luck and abundance and fortune and fame. It's expansion. It is about growth, you know, broadening your horizon. So if you want to use the sixth pentacle for healing and wisdom, that will work for you. Um, Lastly, the seven pentacle is also good. It helps to protect you, or offers that divine protection to remove obstacles for success. So that's another good one to use. Okay. This helps to indicate a clear path. Okay. So you can use that pentacle for that. Again, best times if you're working with Jupiter energy, Thursday. Thursday. You can work with angels that work with Jupiter energy, Sagittarian energy. There are angels that are assigned to specific zodiac signs, if I'm not mistaken, and planets too, if you are into angelic work. So yeah, so what you're going to do, like I said, you're going to set your intention, write your intention, pray over your candle, light the candle if you already dressed it. If you're not dressing it, don't worry about it. Take your tarot card, put it underneath the candle, or if you have something to paste or something, or tape it on, or if it's printed out, same thing. You could put it underneath or put it on the candle. If you're using the Jupiter pentacle or one of them, you can do the same thing. Put it underneath. Put your intentions in there. When it's done burning down, the candle's done. if you are someone that knows how to read your own candle intuitively, or you have some sort of resources where you can, or you know somebody that knows how to read candles, like what the message is, or if you want to pull on it, you definitely can do that. But I'll tell you right now, and it could be because I'm a Jupiter baby. I was born on Jupiter. Um Jupiter energy just works well with I just work well with it. And on top of that, I'm like Venus dominant. So that helps too. So working with this energy, I did notice a lot of positive shifts. And it didn't happen overnight, but I did notice things starting to shift a bit. And again, I always tell people it is not solely about the physical objects that you're using. It's intention and it's the energy within you. If you're just sitting there waiting for a candle or something or a sigil to do something for you, it's not. It's all of you're the power source in it. So if you're aligning yourself with your intentions, you're already going to actively or naturally do certain things to align with the intentions and the vibrations that you're setting for it. So faith without works is dead. If you're not moving in faith or in intention, your shit's not going to work. It's not. So yeah. And I say that it's supposed to be fun. Don't do it when you in a lack mentality, like, oh, I gotta get some money. Oh, I got. Don't do it from that perspective, or oh, I got all these opportunities not coming to me. Oh, I gotta do something. Oh, I want to get famous fast. I gotta do that. No, it's not gonna work. Sometimes desperation is powerful in some instance, yes, but that shit don't last. Or it's like you still gotta do things to keep it up. But if you're moving from a place where you enjoy what you're doing, like that's why I say you got to be in a good vibration. Because when I do candle stuff, I like enjoy it. I have fun. It's like the inner child in me. It's like a witchy thing. Like, yes, like, okay, I'm moving in intention and intuition, but I'm also having fun. It's like, oh, okay, I'm doing this and I do things for myself. I don't get into spell work when it comes to other people or even necessarily trying to help other people. If I feel guided to, like if I know somebody's going through something I'm close to, or it's a passed over loved one, I'll light them a white candle or something. But even then, I feel like it requires other people's permission. Like, hey, do you mind if I burn a candle for you or help you or pray? I'm gonna pray for you. Same thing. If it's your ancestors, obviously you're going to be guided to dedicate a candle and bless it and all of that. But oftentimes, like, I'm solely doing spiritual work for myself, like things to improve myself, to help myself heal, or to release certain things. And I allow my guides to lead me to certain things. I might learn something from other people, like, hey, this herb works really well, or, you know, oranges are really good for attracting, lemons are really good for cleansing and protection. Like, I learned different things. I might help somebody else learn something. But I would suggest, if you're doing spiritual work like this and spell work, do it to enhance and improve your life in a positive way, not trying to work against others, or like I'm not into that. What I've learned is, if anything, some people still be like, oh, I'm gonna put a hex on somebody, and like, okay, more power to you, sis, or whatever. Me personally, I don't need to do that shit. People curse and hex themselves. Like, you ain't gotta do shit. So I just focus, there's a difference between protecting your energy, but like when you're trying to like protect your energy by hurting someone else, like you're just engaging in the shit, in my opinion. I don't get in with that. So it's best to cleanse and protect your energy if it involves negativity around you, things like that, right? Same thing with love spells. If you're trying to attract love, focus on attracting the vibration and essence of what is for you, and manifesting and healing yourself to magnetize what is meant for you. Not going, oh, I want this person and I'm trying to. No, no. Because that person may not be for you, you know? So, same thing with that. You don't have to do anything against another's free will. Focus on your own energy and your own intentions and magnify that. If it's something you need to heal and release, focus on yourself when it comes to that. Learn how to master you. You are your own magician. Shift the vibration and energy around you. So yeah, that's all I got for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this. February is most likely going to be dedicated to love energy and not just romantic love, of course. So we'll figure out we're going to do some themes. I'm going to have fun with the love themes. But I enjoyed this spin the wheel. It was fun. I like it. And I feel like it was right on the money, right on time that we chose the spread that we chose, because I had other ones. Let's see. I had love and relationships, career and ambition, self-love and healing, spiritual guidance, and a mystery reading. I almost was like, I wanted to land on mystery, but it didn't. So I'll save these topics for another time. I really enjoyed this, you guys. It was fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Like this video, share it with your peoples if you feel like it might be helpful and resonate. Show some love. I would greatly appreciate that. It's late where I am. So I'm going to relax and enjoy my Friday, enjoy my weekends. And I hope you guys enjoy yours. Y'all are safe wherever you guys are in the world. Much love as always. Be blessed. And until the next one, peace.